I am back. I am back. So, today I'm talking to Christelle, who is one of the wellness experts at Sulal Wellness Resort, and we're gonna be talking about how to boost immunity. And we had a bit of the technological issue, which has been sorted, thank God, alhamdulillah. And we're here and we're ready to give you guys some tools and amazing things so that we can get you guys happy, strong, and very healthy through everything that is going on. And let me bring Chris. Tiki tiki, let's see. This is so, it's nerve-wracking. I work in TV and I get nervous. Hi, Christelle. Hi, Christelle. Can you hear me? Okay, Christelle, we cannot hear you. Guys, I have to say, I used to work on TV and we had these issues a long time ago.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you, Christelle. Yay, you're back. You're live. Yes. And you are in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sulal right now. I can see the background.
Yes,
there.
Correct. Yes.
Trying to teletransport myself there. If only.
Yes. I'm in what we call the House of Wisdom here, which is a beautiful
that's a
space.
lovely name.
Yes, it's lovely. It's going to have a huge library of ancient medicinal textbooks.
Lovely, just what we need. Just what we will need very soon. Exactly. Awesome. Okay, so Christelle, welcome. I'm so glad that you could take the time and join us and join me in this segment to talk a little bit about immunity and how we can start supporting our bodies and boosting our immunity to face not only Corona, but life in general. You know, whatever life throws our way. And also to talk a little bit about Sulal and what's going on there. So to start, can you tell me a little bit more about you? You were saying that you're a naturopath and you also you did some yoga and you did some Eastern medicine, was it?
So as part of my naturopathy training, yes, I studied from a Western perspective, but we also had exposure to traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic herbs and philosophies as well. So it was, a fusion of traditional medicine, basically. So that's my background, yes, traditional medicine and yoga. So that incorporates nutrition, herbs, and movement therapies as well.
Lovely, lovely. And that's kind of the approach that you guys are bringing in Sulal, right? You were saying that once the guests check in, it is one of your team members for the wellness experts that are going to be guiding them to the best possible outcome, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So my team is a team of health and wellness advisors, and we're one of the main points of contact for the guests when they come to Sulal. So once they come here, they will meet with a health and wellness advisor, and we will have a wellness consultation with them. And we're going to sit down with them for up to an hour, discuss their goals, what's their main objective for coming to Sulal, and then really design a bespoke treatment plan for them. So we're going to, carefully curate their treatments, the activities, as well as the foods that are going to be beneficial to them throughout their stay as well.
So basically, it's going to be a 360 approach. It's going to be what you eat, how you move, how much you rest, everything. All the treatments thought to get you to wherever you want, your wellness destination.
Yeah, absolutely. And this resort is in partnership with Shiva Som. Shiva Som were one of the best known, one of the first destination wellness resorts in the world. And so we're following their principles and what we call the 6 pillars of wellness. So we're approaching health, as you say, from a 360 perspective. And so we're talking about wellness cuisine, we're incorporating spa treatments, of course, but we're much more than a spa resort. And what Sulal is offering is just the whole range of wellness activities. And so that even includes physiotherapy. We have a range of doctors, Ayurvedic doctors, aesthetic doctors, so we have an aesthetic clinic here as well. We have personal trainers, fitness instructors. We also have a holistic team as well, so we can really take care of whole mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, just what we need in today's world. It's a really holistic approach to wellness. And now, since we are already in the subject of health and wellness, let's talk in on our tips. So what are the ways that everyone that is following this live and everyone that is going to watch this later can start incorporating today so that they can start improving their health and their immunity so that they can face whatever virus, COVID or not, that comes their way with the best outcome. Tell us a little bit about your own experience and what you recommend to your people.
Look, so my first number one tip when it comes to immune boosting is really to cut out refined sugar. We all know the effects of sugar on our health, particularly when it comes to obesity, diabetes, etc. But not so many people are aware of the effect that it has on the immune system. And
Yes.
in fact, there have been studies that have come out that have shown that our immune system will be decreased in function by 50%. This is huge. 50% reduction in immune function for 5 hours after consuming refined processed sugar. So, yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one, and one that many people, I think, are just not aware of, and also a big one to be aware of at this time, because it's kind of ironic, right? At this time, everyone's at home. We might be indulging in a bit of comfort eating, a bit of baking,
Yes.
etc. And
A
of course,
lot,
sugar,
a lot. And also
that's the
because
thing we
sugar,
want to avoid.
yeah, and it's funny because sweet things we are hardwired biologically to want sweet things because sweet things used to be safe when we were in the wild. So we are already biologically prone to crave sweets and sugar when we are stressed. It's a comfort food. When you think about something comforting, you are not going to think of a kale salad. You tend to think of, a cake or cookies. So yeah, a lot of people is baking, a lot of people is or just, indulging in the pint of ice cream or whatever. And then their immunity is reduced by 50% for 5 hours.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes. So yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So really cut out the sugar, I would say, or
Yes.
at least seriously cut it down.
And so the sugar goes down, and what can they bring in terms of nutrition? What should people on a daily basis should be talking about, should be eating and cooking?
So when we think about a diet that's going to help to boost our immunity, what we want to think about is a diet that's rich in as many different kinds of fruits and vegetables as possible. So particularly foods in antioxidants are associated with a boost in immune function, especially when our body might be fighting viruses and pathogens all the time, right? And in that process, we create free radicals. And these antioxidant-rich foods are going to help to neutralize those free radicals and keep the body healthy. So, yeah, when we think about antioxidant-rich foods, it's really thinking about a range of brightly colored foods. So that's going to this concept of kind of eating a rainbow, having a rainbow on your plate. I mean, not necessarily all on one plate, because we don't want to combine so many different kind of foods together, but think about throughout the day having a range of as many different brightly colored fruits and vegetables as possible, and incorporating a wide range of colors. There are so many different types of antioxidants. Vitamin C is probably the most famous of them. That's an antioxidant vitamin. And so we're aware, of course, citrus fruits, super high in vitamin C. But many other things are even higher. For example, capsicums or bell peppers.
I was going to say that. That's something that I always tell my kids when I want them to eat. I said, did you know that capsicums, peppers have more vitamin C than citrus? And this is one of my favorite pieces of information, because a lot of people don't get it, that in a salad you can actually boost your vitamin C just by adding some.
Absolutely. And there's so many different nutrients that you could have in your salad. So if you think about different colored fruits and veggies, you've got tomatoes, for example. They're high in an antioxidant called lycopene. And then other more green veggies or cruciferous veggies like broccolis, etc. You've got the indole antioxidants, so that whole family of broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, etc. Also really potent antioxidants. You've got
then some really good fats to help those nutrients come in. So something like an avocado, or maybe some really good quality olive oil, which we're very thankful to have abundance here in Qatar.
Yeah, absolutely. So your healthy fats as well. Beta carotene rich foods, so those orange fruits and veggies, carrots, and apricots,
Sweet potatoes.
sweet potatoes. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I also, one thing that I always recommend my clients is that not only to eat the rainbow, but also to eat a local rainbow. I think that right now, the state of Qatar has done an amazing job at supporting, creating, and investing in farms here in Qatar, which not only means that we are coding our body for this climate because the fruits and vegetables have the information for this location, but also the nutrients are much more available because they haven't been traveling for days on end. They're actually right here, and there's so many amazing options. I'm pretty sure you guys are also going to be offering some of those things once you open later on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're working right now at establishing relationships with local farms because I absolutely agree with you, Anahi. Our fruits and veggies, we want to have them as close as possible to where they're grown, and that way you're going to also maximize the nutrition that you can get from them as well. And yeah, the veggies and fruits here are amazing, super fresh, super tasty. Your tomatoes in Qatar, my goodness, coming from England, you know, we get only kind of these pale little tomatoes. We don't even get red or have any flavor. So
I
yeah,
know. I also love the cucumbers. The cucumbers and the tomatoes here in Qatar are my favorite. And now we also have a lot of like we have different much more vegetables. We have spinach, we have malahia, we have so many new greens that are here fresh, that are packed. Yes,
yeah,
it's amazing.
I agree with you.
I love
I
that.
absolutely love the cucumbers and tomatoes here. They're so fresh
Right?
and
They're so
tasty.
crunchy.
Yeah.
Ugh, I love it. Okay, before we get too hungry and we make everyone hungry too, well, so we talk about cutting the sugar, making sure that we're eating our rainbow. That's going to be the first way to boost our immunity. What are other ways that people can start boosting their immunity right now?
So I would say managing your stress. So probably one of the primary reasons that you can get a low immunity is if your stress levels are high. And that's because when we're stressed, we get stress hormones floating around in the bloodstream like cortisol. And cortisol is a very strong depressant of our immune function. So anything that we can do to manage our stress and to reduce those cortisol levels in the bloodstream is beneficial. And I mean, that's something we could talk about for a long time, right? There are many ways to manage your stress. And that goes also hand in hand with having a healthy sleep as well. So, that's
which is also another very underestimated way to support your body. A lot of people don't get that sleep is super important for our immune function. Not only because when we're sleeping, we are repairing. It is when our body shifts to the rest and repair cycle, but also because it allows for everything to go back to baseline so that we can actually produce growth hormone if we need it. We can go again. And unfortunately, sleep tends to be the one thing that we grown-ups ditch the fastest when we are in a period of stress.
So
ironic.
Important. Yes, I know. And it's so important. You know, natural medicine is really simple, right? It's often we say things like sleep and drink water, but you can't emphasize enough the importance of these things. And you know, even when we sleep, for example, we release proteins called cytokines, and they help us to sleep. But they also play an important role in immune health as well. So by making sure that you have enough sleep, you're also ensuring that you have enough cytokines to be able for the body's immune system to function optimally as well. So if you're not having a good and optimal sleep, I would definitely recommend chatting it through with a health practitioner and getting some tips on that, because it's really, really fundamental.
And I think sleep and stress management are super intertwined. Like they can create a loophole there, like where you are too stressed to sleep, so you start developing anxiety, so you don't sleep, so you get more stressed, more anxious, and it's like it can become really, really triggering for people. So, and especially right now, because we are in an unheard situation. We have never before faced a lockdown the way we are doing right now. So if you are right now struggling with your sleep and with your stress levels, and you feel like you need support, remember that you have in Qatar and in the world, there are many, many organizations that are there for help to help you, from contacting your wellness center, your health center locally in Qatar, if you're in Qatar, or to different mental health facilities and prevention centers, this could be something that can dramatically shift the way that you are facing this lockdown and the situation worldwide. So this is, as someone who has struggled with mental health issues, this is to me like, reach out. This is the time to get the help that you need.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think, yeah, for a lot of people, it is a tough time. I mean,
yes.
you know, there's a lot of people kind of stuck in the house, not having that social interaction with people. So, yeah, it's important to keep connected and keep on top of your mental health, and absolutely reach out if things are coming up as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talk nutrition, we talk cutting sugar, eating better, sleeping better, sleep hygiene, which is super, super important, stress management. And then what else can we talk about that can help them boost your immunity?
Breathing exercises is a big one for me.
Yes,
so,
tell me more.
So, I mean, breathing exercises work on different levels. So it's a very important help for stress management. When we're breathing, we can influence our mind, we can influence our emotions. In the kind of yogic tradition, we say that the body, the breath, the breath, the mind, the emotions, they're all linked together. So you can think about when you're stressed, how is your breathing?
It's like shallow.
Right? Super fast and shallow.
Yes.
So every emotion is associated with a particular kind of breath, a particular rhythm of breath as well. So when we do breathing exercises, of course, we're modifying the biochemistry in our body, and we're allowing a relaxation response to take over. But also on another level, even the rhythm of the breath, we can consciously manipulate our mind and our emotions through that breath. And then when we're talking about immunity as well, in traditional Chinese medicine, we see immunity as kind of being a force field around the body. So your energy is your qi, right? We talk about qi in Eastern medicine, and then your immunity is a particular type of qi or energy called wei qi.
Wei qi,
Wei qi. And so this energy is derived from the lungs as well. So when we're working with our lung energy, we can also strengthen this force field and strengthen this energy field around us. So we can, again, consciously kind of affect and boost our immunity just through breathing. Because when you think about immunity, it's all about vitality, right? It's about having that inner strength, vitality, and that's
resiliency.
What gives resilience, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, and also it's super funny. With my boys, we have a thing that when Matthew, when my eldest was, I don't know, he was like 4, he would get this really angry, he would get angry and he starts breathing like, you know, when you get really angry. And I would say, oh, I can see the angry monkey in your back. Let's just breathe him out. So because I also study mindfulness, so I do use, I meditate and I use breathing a lot for myself. So I will be like, okay, can we breathe him out? And we'll be like, and if doing that just 5 times automatically will shift. First of all, they will make them giggle because I'm saying, no, is the monkey still there? I can see the monkey. But also it will start completely shifting the hormonal balancing. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that when you have a shallow breath, you're really not clearing your body from acidity, because we really need to get rid of all that carbon monoxide by spelling it out. And even when we talk about anxiety attacks, a lot of the times we are just breathing here.
Yeah.
And then it's so easy to go south, when if you just take a moment and just go
and breathe.
And breathe. And that breath alone can be such a massive shift in the way you are feeling. Plus, it gives you a little bit of space between whatever trigger you are experiencing and yourself, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, there's many different mechanisms for how conscious breathing can affect us, but also in terms of relaxing the nervous system. You take a deep breath, right? Your diaphragm goes down. This is the way that we can stimulate the vagus nerve within us. And this vagus nerve is another pathway to kind of activate our parasympathetic nervous system, or that relaxation response within the body.
Yes. One thing that I always tell my clients, especially my clients that deal with anxiety, which unfortunately many of them are very highly triggered right now. I'm not an anxious person, but I'm an extrovert, or I'm an ambivert, and not having a lot of contact does create some anxiety. Is that I tell them if they just kind of like try to find the little soft spot in between the chest, they're just in the opening, and when they're breathing, they just go slowly there. It's just to kind of like
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
open up and just to get yourself into a position of rest and recovery instead of that reactivity that we feel when we are facing the levels of stress that we are facing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you can do it anywhere, right? Because, okay, a yoga class might be a little bit more complicated to fit into a very busy life that many of us are having now with the homeschooling and all that. But breathing exercises is something that you can do in the bathroom, in your bed, in your car, while you're waiting to pay in the supermarket, with your children, because you can bring kids along, which is a big part of the Sulal philosophy, is to bring the whole
Yeah.
family, right, along.
Absolutely, yeah, a big part of the philosophy. We're really looking at creating a shift towards healthier societies. That's one of the key kind of mission and vision of Zulal,
Wow.
is creating healthier societies. So that's part of why we have this family part to the resort. This is really a first worldwide as well to have families welcome in health resorts. Normally they will be
Yes.
adult only. And we're really looking for families to come here as a space to kind of reconnect with each other. Of course, many families have lots of time with each other right now in Corona, right? But in the normal day-to-day life, busy life kind of takes over, and a lot of times
Yeah.
people don't spend a lot of time with their kids even. So this is really a place where you can come and do activities together. It's all about bonding with your family, reconnecting together, and we've got a range of activities. Even your spa treatments you can take together here. We have family treatment rooms. We have also activities, whether it's on the beach or things like sand sculpture or
Oh, wow.
many different things that will be new experiences for the family to do together.
And they will create amazing memories. Like to me, I have my two little boys and my eldest, Matthew, he loves spa days. So whenever he sees me that I'm doing a face mask or something, he's like, I want in and I also want in. In fact, when I went to the UK last year, I bought him a bunch of children face masks and he was in heaven because normally I have to cut mine to fit and they're like all over the place.
Okay.
But he was so happy because he was like, finally. And I love it because I want him as a boy to know that pampering is also for him, that he gets to take care of his body, that is a gift for him to give himself that. So I cannot wait to be able to go to Sulal and to show him different ways that he can take care of his body. Because, yeah, we talk about, in my house, obviously, I'm a trained chef and a nutritionist, so we talk a lot about food, we talk a lot about diet, we talk about breathing. They see me meditate, so they actually sit with me and meditate, and they do some pampering and stuff, but I would love for them to see the whole range of things because they will need those tools later on in their own life.
Absolutely. Oh, well, he's going to love it here then. There's really just a range of activities for all of those things. And even we have like family cooking classes as well. So you can come with your family with a trained chef, learn some new recipes, and do some cooking together as well. Really learn about healthy eating whilst you're here. So we're, a big part of what we're doing is the education side as well. So we're really looking at, of course, people will feel great when they stay here, but it's also moving forward when they go home, how we can educate people with tips and tricks to take for their life moving forward as well.
I love that, and I love how you guys are committed to transforming the society through it. I think that that's just like the most noble thing that we could do, because it is that like whatever happens with this pandemic that we're going through, eventually we will go back to normal, and it will be lovely that we could continually nourish our next generation so that they can see the benefit of having a healthy life for everyone. It's not just for me, but for the world.
Yeah, and I think this corona has really made everyone much more aware of their health and just made a lot of people kind of reflect and rethink their lifestyle, what they're doing, what they're eating, how to work with their health in a preventative way. So I think that's very much on people's minds, and it will be when this all blows over as well.
Yes, completely, yeah.
How to keep healthy.
Okay, and then, so we talk breathing, we talk stress management, we talk sleep, we talk food. What is the final tip that people should start incorporating right now to boost their immunity to face whatever life throws at them?
Well, when you're talking about facing whatever life throws at you, that just, to me, would bring to mind meditation, right?
Yes.
To me, a practice of meditation gives you that calm and serene mind that you can face whatever life throws at you. You know, come what may, you take it on board and you move forward. So, yeah, if you don't have a meditation practice already, everyone, I would really recommend that you take that up. Yes, it's challenging in the beginning, of course, just to kind of sit there and all these thoughts keep coming and your mind's really hectic. But the best way to manage that is to really do it with a YouTube guided meditation or to do it with an app. And there are apps which have free elements like Calm or Headspace, and they have, you know, just 5 or 10 minutes meditation, even 5 minutes. This makes such a huge difference to your state of mind. And also, by creating that inner calm, boost your immunity as well. So it's a win-win.
I always say to my clients, whenever I start working with a new client, I say, whether you like it or not, you will meditate, because I want that prefrontal cortex of yours thick and strong. It's really funny because I talk all the time about the prefrontal cortex. The other day my son was asking me, what is my prefrontal cortex? And I was like, it's here. You don't have that developed yet, but I will still take care of it eventually.
Starting young.
But it is true because when we are facing stress, if we are in a place of reactivity, because our prefrontal cortex is so reactive and you know, we start to have little holes from stress and everything, whilst with mindfulness and meditation we can actually rebuild it. Our memory gets better, our analysis gets better. It's an amazing practice that with only 20 minutes maximum, if you want to go for like a luxurious meditation, you can transform your whole life.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's right, you know, with stress, with chronic stress especially, there are parts of our brain that can shrink. But these practices will actually grow them again. You can grow your brain, you know, make it strong. So, yeah, it's amazing. Amazing that you start with your kids now as well. I mean, this is...
try.
Yeah,
we try. There's some YouTube videos that we try sometimes, and it's fun, and they see me, so my 6-year-old sits with me, and he has done some meditations that are like 10 minutes, which to me is unreal, because I just never could have done that until fairly recently. So I do like that, and I do hope that they continue on their own later. And then, well, finally, one thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people is thinking of is, what about movement? Because there, I don't know if you know, Christelle, but there have been all the possible challenges about exercise on Instagram had happened. I've been challenged to do push-ups and pull-ups and jumping jacks and squats and every type of challenge. So what is, as a yoga instructor yourself, what is your view of movement to boost immunity in this situation?
Yeah, so movement, yes, it's a big factor in boosting immunity. Now, it depends also on the type of movement. So very strong, very vigorous exercise, that can actually decrease your immune function. So we want to be talking here about gentle to moderate exercise. And that really does help your immune function for different reasons. One of which, again, it helps to decrease the stress hormones in the blood and reduce emotional stress. You kind of get that stress out in the body, you know, when you're moving. And then another reason would be that when you're exercising, your circulation of fluids, blood, lymph, etc. in the body is going to be increased. And that then allows the cells of the immune system to travel freely throughout the body and to do their job. So it's a very powerful tool for building immunity and reducing stress.
So there we have it. So we have eating the rainbow, skipping the sugar, breathing properly, mindfulness, meditation. We have stress management, and we can use the breathing and the mindfulness to help with the stress. And then we have our movement to keep us active through these. And these are all the elements that you guys incorporate at Solal what you will incorporate when people start being able to go, which is going to be in the future. So can you tell me a little bit about if anyone is listening to this and is watching this and they're like, oh my God, I want some support. How can I do it? What are you offering to people right now, even through the lockdown, to help them in their wellness goals?
Yeah, so we are offering complimentary wellness consultations. So if anyone would like to chat through with a wellness advisor and talk about their health, get some healthy tips, any issues or concerns that you have, we'd be happy to take the time and advise you. And you're welcome to email us at info@zulal.com, and we can be in touch and arrange an appointment for you.
So even though we are still doing social distancing, even though we are still in a situation where you are not allowed to go anywhere, Sulal is here to support you. So just by sending an email to info@zulal, that's with a Z, zulal.com, you're going to be able to connect with one of Christelle's amazing team of wellness experts and start to getting some tips and tricks and ideas to get yourself in the best possible shape, regardless of where you are, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we'll do these consultations online, and yeah, anyone's welcome to connect with us.
Amazing. And then everyone that is out there and they're like, oh my God, what is Sulal? I will highly recommend that you Google it, Sulal Wellness Resort, so that you can start looking at what is coming our way in Qatar in the near future, and the amazing facilities and the amazing integrative approach to medicine and wellness that is going to blow our mind, that maybe we're going to start attracting people from all over the world to enjoy it once it's open. And in the meantime, you can just start working with their wellness experts so that you can get your health at the best possible space, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Christelle. I am super excited that we can create this chance for people to get some tips and some ideas to get their immunity in the best possible way. Remember, you can email info@zulal.com right now and get one of their wellness experts to support you in your goals. And stay tuned, because pretty soon they are going to be offering more and more things. So yeah, follow and do all the magical things so that we can support them and continue supporting your health.
Thank you. Thanks, Anahi. Thanks for having me on your channel.
Thank you so much, guys. And stay tuned. There's going to be much more magical things happening these days from Sulal and from Anahi and from everyone else. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely Monday, and talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.